Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the time has now come here live back on Speed Zone TV as we present to you Palmetto Racing League once more here live on the big YouTube side and ready to get down and dirty here. It's NASCAR Truck Series here at Laguna Seca. Hi everyone, we are Speed Zone TV and welcome back to the show. As we get ready for our rundown of the race, you got 13 heavy hitters ready to take it on the road course side. Here we go. Start them on the pole. It will be the number 14, the dead man, Christian Farr, the outside. That number 16 will be Aaron Ziegler. In row number 2, it's Andrew Ziegler, the number 12 machine there. His outside on the 45 side is Frank Thompson. Row number 3 in the number 83 is Joshua Fick. The outside that night will be Austin Ziegler. Row number 4 in the 001, it is going to be Doyle Boyd, the second outside of them. And the number 95, it's Matthew Corley. Row number 5 is the 53 of David Martin, the outside. In at 99, it is Riley Pottle. Row number 6 is the number 4. That'll be Christopher Mulcairn, the outside. And that number 05, the throttle, Chantel Pottle. Their final seed in this one will be the number 2 of Aaron Vogt. That will be your starting lineup here, race fans. We now get ready to set them on down to the track, set them up for the run. Long road course, long road style. This is Laguna Seca. Whereas now you know it on the iRacing side, this is the WeatherTech Laguna Seca. Two configurations on this track here. You have the normal road course, then you have the school course. They will be running on the normal road course side today, which means you're going to see a lot of twists, turns, and a few big hills to climb through and jump around. Especially this turn right here. Watch for this turn to give a lot of drivers some trouble throughout this show because that is the corkscrew, the famed corkscrew here of Laguna. It is the turn that makes many drivers from boys into men and many drivers from young ladies to the toughest women around. And we're about to find out who can survive around this part of town. Multiple corners here to watch out for, especially as well as this final corner here. It's extremely hard to detain and detect. It is going to be one turn that's going to set a few drivers off into the distance here. That sharp 90-degree left-hander as we bring him right back around. All drivers now getting set off to the distance here to roll him down through the dust and grime. Green flag flies to send him on by. It is go time here now, race fans, as they bring him down off through the turn number 1. I do apologize in advance. I did not have the turn names here, but I guarantee there's a lot of famous name drivers and corners here that you would probably remember, like Andretti, like the Andretti split and the Andretti, even the Andretti corner. Many of the other tough corners, that corkscrew I talked about earlier. A few chicane areas there, as well as a lot of tunnel turns, if you will. That tunnel turn just before you head up to the top of the hill before the corkscrew definitely sends a few drivers there slinging on by. Right now, the dead man number 14 still driving it in deep and getting that thing right into the mix here. Still representing his old dead man Toyota Tundra scheme with the old Matthew Hoffert Forever machine there on the back for the Forever 84, excuse me. And of course, represented for his trackside, the English Creek and Riverbound Raceway on the back as well, giving some love to them boys and back from time, as he says. Ziegler, though, as you see in the number 16, a bit of a pack in the Ziegler family here. Aaron Ziegler, the one right now trying to hunt down the number 14. Until he goes a little bit lopsided there, right from the corkscrew and now through the double turn. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We talked about how tight that corkscrew can get him. Then the weight coming down, it literally transfers all that weight left to right and sends him on through a bit of a loop. That caught him off guard and now has put him back a few more positions. He's got the other Ziegler right behind him and Andrew. He's hoping to hold on here as he's going to try to find a way to keep it up. Andrew Ziegler right now in that number 12 is currently moving up closer here into position here to his brethren. Now trying to see if maybe he can figure something out and get a little bit more momentum on down to the track. Through the gaps right now, we have TVR Esports and the Dead Man right now on the comment section, at least commenting there before the race had started. That's a good note to know, kids. Remember, do not text and drive around these parts of town, and that seems to be a problem there as well. There, as you see, Aaron Ziegler flip up there in the corner and open the door up to Andrew Ziegler. Yeah, it is going to be a change of pace for the second place spot. Switch the 16 and the 12, and now you have the 12 of Andrew in that second spot. Moving back in the pack here right now, you see the number 45 there. That is indeed the Thompson boy himself there. Brent Thompson right now trying to do what he can to try to make some momentum and trying to gain some ground on the coverage here. He's had a great showing here on the Speed Zone TV side. Had a great battle there back at Homestead Miami Speedway, if you remember right there with the 14, as well as the future winner in that one there. Came back now, come through on the road course side, and a bit of a new paint scheme. Went swapped out from his military stuff, and now it's starting to get a little snowy outside where we are currently at right now broadcasting. Don't worry, we are not broadcasting like Fox Sports does. We are literally there at the track right now watching all this live. We swing him on through here, Christopher Morton. He's the newcomer to the show here, and his first time out in Palmetto Racing League here. Fulton right now doing a great job here, keeping in the top 5 brackets here. And you'll see the times as well. They're going to really be spread out here. You're going to see a lot more of the experienced drivers, and then a lot more of the newcomers, or at least the fillers to what is a tough to tame and tough to figure out road course here. As you see, Joshua Fix, the 83, he's going wide right and wide down into the sandy pit of Laguna. I tell you one thing, just being down there on that trackside, those sand pits are no joke. They are a detriment worse than grass. Grass, you can at least probably kind of steer away from and figure it out. Sand, no. There is no give on the sand. The sand will be like quicksand, or it will be slippery sand. Either way, you don't want nothing to do with it. DVR Esports says go number 45, Grandpa, and the number 45 saying frosty, LOL, they say. Well, I will say this, if he's saying quite frosty, what the heck is he doing in the middle of California in a hot summer day, right? Or excuse me, in a hot winter day, if you will? I mean, no, there's barely any rain or snow here, let alone anything. Now to think of it, when was the last time it even snowed around here in California? I don't even know anymore. Moving along down the back side of the path here right now, looks like we got the other Ziegler, the 9 and the 95 of Matthew Portley. Currently trying to gain position, trying to gain some ground. Aaron Vogt in the number 2 as well, right up there with the 001 of Boyd, as he is now in a great battle there. Right behind him there, you see there of Joshua Fix. Boyd and Vogt having a good little tussle there, and they are seemingly in the hunt, trying to gain position, trying to gain ground. You see there, it is Vogt that does take the advantage. Oh, in trouble there for that 9 there of Ziegler. The other Ziegler getting way too hard on the gas pedal, trying to square back up. And unfortunately, spinning those rear tires around. No give, no gain, no ground. It goes on around. Vogt taking full control of that one, and now going to try to take full control back in that pack there and see what he can do. DVR Esports says the paint is frosty. Ah, okay. And DVR says number 14 has a booster on it. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put it past that old dead man. There's a reason they try to put him 6 feet under a couple of times here, as he puts it. But right now, from what everyone is saying, at least before we get to the text chat, right now everybody is just trying to find their line, trying to find their ground. The 14 has pretty much just found the line he wants, and he's been using it. Down onto the throttle, Tentel Bottle here in the 05 as we look back on the track here. Hot in a dogfight race, if you will, for that number 1 spot with Aaron Vogt here in the point series right now. She's only just a few points back of it right now, and just trying hopefully to knock down Vogt's lead and see what she can do as well. Bringing that butt kicker Sim Racing 4U05 to the scene here. Here is David Martin, number 53 as well. Currently maneuvering in weight and kind of finding his lane, finding his drive around the track. A little bit of a slip up though, as number 53 there is a little bit too lopsided there, unfortunately. Finds himself in a bit of a mix-up there. One of our lone youngsters of the track, that is the 99 there of Riley Pottle. He is very young in age, very young in terms of experience. He's learning to grasp the ropes and grasp the track, and that's exactly what he is doing at the moment. It's a very big learning curve and a very big position to figure out what they need to do and what they need to bring into the table. Pouring on the momentum and pouring on the speed right now. Joshua Fix Currently right there in the mix here with the 001 of Void. And Void right now, Doyle Void to be exact, trying to see what kind of lane choice on a ride he can drive off from and kind of figure out from the lane get here. Aaron Vogt now also in the hit and in the hunt. Everybody trying to make their move around the 99. Oh, it's Vogt tagging along that number 2 there and sending that sim racing for you 99 into the gravel and to the sand. Here comes the debris. Yeah, you thought for 1 second that stuff just stays inside the lanes. No, you get into that stuff, it will go into the madhouse of the track. The Deadman 14 says, nah, I left them at home. I assume they're talking about the boosters that the DVR Esports is saying. At least I got a chuckle out of them. Well, at least we know folks that left it at home in this case. Closing around the gap right now in through position here. Currently, everybody still trying to find their groove, trying to find their distance. Again, we will have a stage caution here on lap number 17. So that is something we need to see. I am not repeating what TVR says on the comment section here, but I'll just say they're saying that they are fast as you get, boy. I am not repeating what they say on the chat, though. I'd rather not get this channel demonetized and thrown out the window. Lord knows that happens enough on YouTube. Speaking of happening enough right now on YouTube, not something we don't get quite enough, and we're now getting good bits of here at the moment. It's the Dealer Boys, the U.S. Air Force number 12 going mano a mano there with the Jealous Devil Racing Machine number 16 of Aaron Ziegler. Andrew and Aaron right now both in a heated debate, heated fight, just trying to gain the ground, trying to gain some coverage as Morgan is moving his way in close. Christopher, don't count him out. He's getting some speed. Whoa! As he gets a little bit wide right off of the corner base there, off the final turn of turn number 12. You can just see too, like again, what these drivers are currently facing up against too. We got to remind ourselves here is they're currently trying to face up with a heavy ton of piece of machinery and having to go side by side right up like to the line there. You can see right there in the mix, the Ziegler boys battling off. Aaron getting the better of the two. Andrew fades and succeeds it and will lose it. But as I was just trying to say, these three and everyone else in this pack, they are literally fighting with a hot cockpit machine that is literally designed to be almost like a sauna in there. And literally, you are driving in the middle of maybe a winter day here in California. But you gotta think, most of these drivers are from the north, the south, and the other side of the east as well. Most of them probably have not felt this kind of heat and wave in a long, long time. And now they're all of a sudden having to go from a winter set to literally into a hot summer day. Almost feels like in their kind of country, in their country or state, if you will. You gotta be thinking, literally, they are having to deal with all that and just trying to hold on to their wits and their banter in that hot steaming machine. And at the same time, then you want to keep adding on to it, which I'm going to. These things are weighing a good ton of weight and metal and machinery. So you're having to use a small little steering wheel or a 32 to 36 inch size wheel if you want, and having to try and find a way to steer these things into every corner, every drive, and still hit the brakes and get back on the gas to try to get that speed going. Just try to imagine all that and then put that into a one-lap run. See how well you do. That's exactly what I will say on that one. EVR saying that 20X was a tough one to stay away from right now. I definitely can see that, but right now you can see Morgan. He's not exactly staying away from trying to make some moves here. He makes his move off on Andrew, and Andrew Ziegler surrenders yet another position. Morgan moving in a third. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys right now. I'm very surprised with that HendricksCar.com number 4 of Morgan. He's got some bad boy speed in there, just like you would see from the Hendricks side. And he's doing some great work right now and getting some good stuff in, trying to make that move off. He's trying to get that Jealous Devil in the 16. And I am not saying that pertaining to anything that he's probably feeling right now, trying to catch that 14. I'm literally just saying he has literally got that sponsor side on there. It is called the Jealous Devil. Oh, and a little bit of trouble right off of the corkscrew there as the 99 O'Reilly gets right into it there with the number 16 Aaron, slinged and brought back down, and now has to find a way to get back out of it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, and he's going to pit road right now, or no, well, I don't know where he's going. He's going every which way to Sunday. That's all I know. I think he was. Yep, there it is. He's finally found pit. He was. I think maybe he was thinking pit road was on the other side over there, and it's like, no, that's not pit road. That's pit road right there. Oh. Crew chiefs right now are saying that back end is so light it wants to flip around every corner. That is definitely something they are facing with, and they've got to be absolutely trying to deal with on a constant basis. But you got to be thinking too, with all that timing and execution, if they can just simply nail down the runs and nail down their corners, they'll be able to succeed and actually hold off for quite a while. That's the tough part, though, is they're currently facing in a very tough dilemma while at the same time trying to get everything nailed down. Clearing down around the lanes here. Mullerkin moving into the second spot. Vogt right now has now moved into the third. And again, we're going to say something real quick. He's the hard charger. He literally started from the very back of the outhouse, and this man right now is traveling quickly to the White House. That's one place you want to go, one place you want to succeed. Riley right now trying to hold down his lane. Couldn't quite hold the two down. Vogt just going to get a good run off, and now just like any good penitential man, he is going to get the vote in to take over that spot. Right now being the crucial factor, and again, a lot of these drivers are trying to see what they can kind of do to catch up to this man, or if you will, the dead man. It is RBR, Dead Man's Hand, Forever 84, Hofford Racing Machine. And if I do recall, I think he's one of the only Toyota drivers around here, and we asked him, why exactly are you running a Toyota? And he said flat out, well, I drive a Toyota Tundra, so why not? I might as well drive what I have. Said one of these days he'd love to just literally just do a flat out scheme exactly like what his looks like. So you may see you may see it one day, who knows? But right at the moment though, he's been just absolutely cooking it on the speed and on the lanes here, not giving an inch. Lanes down to the chicanes again right now. Currently, pit stop's going to be very crucial and very, very troublesome for some of these guys and gals right now. Because again, you got to be thinking everyone's going to be on a bit of a different tire strategy and a different fuel strategy as well. But the way the lanes go and the way the transitions be, some will try to run out on the longest they can with those tires, while others are going to try to look towards just using the fuel up as best they can and then using it against each other. But I've seemed to have calculated, if we remember right, they get about 10 laps of fuel per run. But with the amount that they burn through and they go through quickly, it's going to be closer and more related to at least probably about 8 to 9 laps. If they try to push for 10, well, let's just say they lose a lot more speed than they do gain ground. And that's one thing. And I guarantee a lot of them are trying to watch out for. More trouble down there for that number 16 as Aaron Ziegler back into the gravel pit. And you can just see, too, again, iRacing, great job on their part, just looking to show you how quick that dust and grime transfers over from the sand and into the track there. Again, that is something recently they added. I believe it was just this year, or maybe it was really late last year. But when they added that in, it was also at the time they had the rain dynamics coming in. So, and rain has thankfully been staying the heck away from here in Laguna, but that got to make you wondering, make you think a little bit, just what if that rain decided to show up on this day? I guarantee you there's a lot of drivers that probably would not be on this track, or they would be driving a lot slower than they already are. These things are not, and even then, they're not really driving all that slow because again they're having to face and fight this thing as much as they can. So they're literally trying to face not up against just the pit stops. They're also trying to figure out how to hold on to the racing lane and the line. Moving back around the track there, Vogt right now has now moved into the sixth spot here as he's now trying to gain up on the lapped car there of the 05 of Chantello Throttle Pottle. And again, we've seen her numerous times on the show here. She's gotten quite a few wins and quite a few runs. Our most recent one, of course, back there at Knoxville Raceway on the dirt side in the ARCA Series for Lightning Esports. And you'll see those Lightning Esports crew there tomorrow night. I believe they're heading towards Michigan International Speedway. Our good friend and colleague, Robert Warrens, will have the call. So right now you see Joshua Fix as well, one of the main voices and one of the main guys helping get this league off the ground and getting this thing up and running. Putting a lot of time and effort in as you see him rocking still the scheme that he's been running for the November style for his military scheme. Excuse me. No one said announcing was easy, guys. It's a lot harder than it looks if you never tried it before. I'll just tell you that right now. But I believe what he's running there is for more towards the Marine side there on that with that sword you see just kind of straddled along, and then the numbers on the bottom. There you see the other Ziegler of the family as well, and the number 9 driving the Ford Dodge. But I will say that it's probably only a matter of time before we're going to see the Dodges, at least in the truck series here on the iRacing side. We have confirmed that iRacing is at least going to get that Dodge truck into the sim sooner rather than later. It's just a matter of time when they start them up on the 2026 schedule. Expect them, though, I would say probably more towards at the latest, probably early 2027 to at the very best, maybe mid 2026, the way stuff is going on. Matthew Corley right now in the 95 as well. Currently just trying to get himself a little bit of track time, a little bit of track position, just like we saw Riley Fowler earlier on the 99. He's been doing good though as of late, and definitely getting himself a little bit more squared up and kind of figured out on the track. And I guarantee you, if you give him time, same thing with like this young man. I think honestly, you will be seeing more of their names, and it won't be just from the position they're at. I guarantee you're going to see them a little bit higher up on the radar and on the categories here in this racing league, as well as on our show. While we're at it though, with iRacing though, we do want to at least say what is coming up in the next build. We are, yeah, if you can believe it, we're already up to the next build here, and we are getting ready for another update coming soon. We do know there's quite a few new stuff coming in, as David Martin at 53 looks like he's got a bit of a problem down there. As you can see, the whole front end tore apart. The roll cage even kind of showing itself there a bit. So whatever had happened there, that 53, that is a nasty little bump and beaten up machine there, safe to say. So I was getting back to it here again, just kind of a real quick little heads up reminder here that next up for our builds here, at least on the iRacing side, get ready for some FIA cross karting on the scene. Definitely very excited to see those. Hopefully we can get those on the show at some point as well. Those are going to be some very, very crazy little critters there. If you've never seen them before, or you've never ever run on a rallycross side, man, you guys are missing out. You're on the racing end, and you need to get yourself into one of them bad boys. We do know there's also a new Porsche Cup 992 in there. We do know there are some new tracks as well, like Adelaide is coming very, very soon. We do know the Miami Grand Prix for F1 is also going to be coming. Just a lot of stuff, and even the big shocker to many fans, and myself included, is the fact that we will see Winchester within due time. It's only a matter of time before we get that big bad track here. And if you don't know what Winchester is, well, let's just say you want to look it up, because it is a bull ring. It is a high banked, maddening track, and it's going to be absolutely insanity. We cannot wait for what is to come here in the next year following up. And again, guys, if you are still enjoying our show, enjoying our content as well, we have plenty more stuff to come on the show. Feel free to like and subscribe here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe and hit that little bell icon there to make sure you get all the notifications when we go up and running. Back onto the show as well right now. Brent Thompson there on the 45 moving into the fourth spot here. He's currently in a bit of a hodgepodge of a battle and trying to get as much to the run as he possibly can on the drive here, as he now also has a little bit of trouble on through the corkscrew side of things here. That corkscrew, man, that thing is right now, you've got to absolutely time that run. You got to time that lane, or you're going to be finding yourself in a bit of a fix up the messed up puzzle, because that corner and that drive up, you're going up straight from a hill. I know it's hard to tell from here, but you're going straight from an uphill to then a downhill slope creep, just all of a sudden like swinging straight back and then right. It absolutely can torture your neck and absolutely give yourself a bit of a headache just trying to figure out how to gain some ground and gain some leverage on that. Because the way the truck and the way all cars do even is that when they kind of get up there, they'll lift up and then they come straight back down. So it's almost like the weight kind of free falls back into position. If you haven't slowed down enough and made sure that that machine was nice and straight when you got back on the line, well, let's just say it's a good chance you're going to either spin it or you're going to somewhere special because it's not going to be in a good place. Big thank you as well to the VB Racing as well as Workman Outdoors. They are one sponsoring, as you see on our show today. You can see them kind of flipping around on our little map up there on the top right. They're the guys right now getting the show and everything on the track. The league help is very grateful for that, so they want to give a big thank you to them, as much as a big thank you as well to everybody that still tunes on in. Pit stops now being last minute changes, preparing for that big jump here on the stage break. The 9 right now, Ziegler, trying to avoid trouble. Oh, he gets into there with Christopher Mullerton. Oh, almost got himself into a nasty little situation there. Austin able to at least avoid more problems than he wanted to be put into, as he's now trying to gain ground and gain coverage back up and trying to get that lap back. As he also gets back into the runs there, he's going way too far right, and he goes lopsided back into the pit, as I'm going to call it now, the pit of oblivion. Mullerkin moving his chains up. He's now moved into the race league. That HendricksCar.com number 4 is absolutely cooking it, but there goes the 14. He moves it right just ahead of Aaron Ziegler. Ziegler trying now to face him off here as they go side by side down through the corner here into the entries. Both drivers right now just trying to deal with what they can as Mullerkin is moving farther away. Aaron Ziegler having to look on from behind. He was really on the right side entering into turn number 2. Couldn't find a lane to pass that 14, and the 14 just skyrocketing right back underneath him. The dead man having a lot of time here at Laguna Seca. This is just the number of cars he's won on here, just on this track alone, but he's won in a Formula V, the IR8 2005. He's won in the Toyota DRD6. He's won in the Mazda MX-5. He's also won just in all the other sports cars. He won in a Lamborghini. He's won in a Corvette. He's won, I believe he's also won in the street stocks here. Yes, he has, from what we're seeing, as well as the Legends 34 just recently. If there was ever a track that honestly may have favored somebody, I think it might have been that dead man. Moving on the back around the track right now here at the moment. Andrew Ziegler here in the number 12. He was fighting earlier there with Aaron Ziegler as he's seeing his little brother back there as well as family member. The other Ziegler, Austin, just completely tail whipped and tailboned there by the 45 of Brent Thompson. I think they were trying to go to pit road, and the next thing you know, well, he's got completely trashed and thrown into the back. Good Lord. That was a nasty, nasty hit there, to say the least. Good Lord almighty. We're going to have ourselves a little stage caution coming up here. Muller can open the door up there to the 14, and just like that, the dead man has gone from 6 feet underground to back 6 feet on top of the rest. He's your new leader. Mullerkin, though, don't count that 4 out. Honestly, I'm very impressed here with this driver. He's done such a good job so far, staying clean, staying in position, and really nailing his lanes and choices. He's keeping his pace here with that 14, and that's the ticket. That's the hard part right now, is making sure you stay in control of your own destiny. Mullerkin looking to see what he can do there with Stryver, as right now Stryver just continuing to put down the lanes here. Mullerkin going to go to pit road this time on by as they're going to get that state caution coming out here very shortly. That's going to definitely set this one up for a bit. And looks like state caution is now upon us. Yes, it is indeed. State caution is out on the track. That will be our only caution shoot of the day as well. So a lot of hard racing, a lot of hard driving from everybody around. As we'll get ready to get it back down onto the track side here in just a moment. Looks like I'm experiencing a couple of problems here. Give me 1 second. And the things about live timing anymore, man, I can never get this figured out. We've been doing this for how long now, and absolutely insanity to speak of when there's a big old blizzard that comes around on our internet side that's messing up things. It literally takes out half the country. Man, now I know exactly what most people were feeling when they were dealing with the Daytona 500 in 1972, for crying out loud. At least then they had TV to watch. Hey, we'll put the guy back up. And it just took a little bit of time, folks. Moniker for 11 laps to go this next time by. The dead man, Christian Shriver, will lead him. Behind him, Aaron Vogt, Brent Thompson into the hunt. Joshua Fick, Andrew and Aaron Ziegler. And the Throttle Chantel Pottle as well. They are all in this fight still. On off the final corner here, sending our way back to the green flag. We'll flicker the lights back off, turn the yellow off, and green is around. We're back underway. Our charge down there between the other Zieglers here, as you see Austin right now doing what he can to try to get that lap back. We'll see if he can try to gain something up on that 14. All drivers right now doing what they can, just trying to stay one step ahead of the transition, trying to stay ahead of the debris as well as the rocks and ground and sand and gravel that's all over the place here on this track. Side-by-side battle there is Joshua Fix having to go head-to-head there with Christopher Mullerkin. Mullerkin beat on the outside. Big jump and run. Now moving his way on the outside, on the right side. I want to say the outside, but really in road course racing, there is no outer inside. There is literally the left or the right. He found his opening on the right, and just like that, moves his chains and moves the position. Now up there to Matthew Courtley. Mullerkin absolutely taking it to the marker here. He's a lap down, but boy, is he hunting right now to get back to that spot. For a slight little slip up there, same for Joshua Fix. Again, you can just see how hard these drivers are having to hold those things online with those rear ends just kicking out right underneath them. And just now all of a sudden trying to hang on to that lane, not get himself into more trouble. Oh, great save there by Courtley. And a good move on by Joshua Fix, getting right out of the way on that one. He could have been in a very tight spot there. Avoided trouble and stayed out of the way. Great move there by the number 83. That'll keep him in the top 5 bracket. The Throttle Chantel Pottle right now back on her lead lap here and dealing with the 16, the jealous devil himself. Aaron Ziegler right now is doing what he needs to do to try to put himself one step ahead of that sim racing for you, butt kicker 05.
Chevy versus Ford, and this little beaten up and little fight out here. Pottle deep to the in out excuse me, deep to the right side. Slight tag there by Ziegler, trying to get her loose. Can't quite get enough there. Beating and banging. That's what these trucks were all about, and you're seeing it. Ziegler, he's fighting though. He's fiery. He's trying. Oh, and he gets a huge nudge on the 0-5 that time. Pushed him out just enough of the way. Pottle has the advantage though on that right side, but can't quite. Oh, I was gonna say couldn't quite hold on that line, but it's Ziegler who didn't. But he slinked it right back through, past through the sand. And now down to the lanes, he'll make his move and gets it ahead. Whoa. Man, the pass in the sand is not quite as sounding as good as pass in the grass, but gotta give him credit. He held on the lane again. There were so many ways that thing could have slipped up and flipped up on him, and he would have been out for, like a lights out here in Laguna, but he manages to hang on. We've got 9 laps left to go. All drivers at some point are going to have to go to pit road here. They're not going to have enough fuel to get to the end from this one. Even if they clutched in the entire way here and throughout the rest of this race, there's no give here. They're not going to get that chance. Passing on through right now, Aaron Vogt is currently looking to cast his spot back into the lane choice. He's going hard and he's going quick. He is dialing this thing in, just trying to get up there. He's in a hot battle for the second spot. Thompson, the grandpa himself, is literally putting old Frosty the Snowman to use here and good work. Although I still am trying to figure out how the heck is Frosty the Snowman in literally from a winter wonderland to the sandy pits of Laguna. I'm still trying to figure that one out. You fans in the comment section, let me know here. But Thompson right now is doing a great job here, holding his lane down against that Timcast number 2 of Aaron Vogt. Aaron right now, again, got to be just probably thinking in the back of his mind, like, where can he find his run and find his lane? Out there for Muller. Can he slip and slide there right off of the tunnel turn before the corkscrew got too hard on the ground and then it swinged on by, and that's a huge mistake you just don't usually see from him in this case. He's made a great showing of himself all day long, but it looks like maybe the tempo just got to him a bit there, and that cost him dearly. Every driver themselves right now just trying to find one lane to the other as they continue to push and drive their way around. There you see it again, the HendrickCars.com number 4. Earlier on, won the lead lap, hard in the charge, driving it like he means it, and now he finds himself in a very bit of a pickle as he has found himself literally now in a lap down position. There is the dead man himself right now. Although he has since said that he's not quite based out of Carlisle no more, but he says that will always be his home, so he doesn't bother changing it ever. Currently still trying to keep this 14 machine on the barns. And again, I want to say something real quick too, folks. You can see again, we talked about it earlier with road courses, but there's always that big thing is that you need to hit your marks and find your line. And again, the 14 all day long has not changed his line, not changed the position. He's really found the spot, corners off, doesn't change it. And despite even catching in a little bit of that sand there off the gravel, and it didn't seem to affect him at all, he's literally just making sure this thing dials into the track and makes sure it's literally right where it needs to be. Tight to the corkscrew and tight to the drive. You can see, again, what he's looking for is he's looking for openings. He's looking for wherever those turtles are in the corners, the curving. If wherever that is, he's going to try and use that to his advantage to set the turn up and then calculate where he needs to hit the brake. Get the gas pedal in. Oh, my, Riley. Oh, poor Riley, almost losing it right off there in the back and almost took the 14 out with him. And I think it sounds like he may have, unfortunately, found himself a little too many of the old, he found too many of the incident points, I should say, is what I'm trying to look for. So it looks like that is going to be the end of the 99. Oh, down trouble. Andrew Ziegler right off on the bottom of the tunnel of the corkscrew and into the next set of turns. Way wide and way loose, and he's still loose. Woohoo, boy. Those wings on that U.S. Air Force 412 machine is right now all over the place as much as he's trying to hold this thing down on the ground. It's not doing him much good, and it's sending him every which way to Sunday. Oh, my. right now the lone Newfoundland drivers there, Chantel and Riley, the Pottle family, if you will, right now. Currently, one left here as Riley out of the race in this case, but she is still in the 6th spot. Trying to see what she can do and trying to kick up some momentum in that 05 machine. I will say as well from the speed zone side, it is a good. I kind of am glad she changed that 06 to the 05 because honestly, I was still having a hard time trying to get used to seeing her in anything that was not related to a 5 on there. She's always been the 5 or the 05 or even the 005. We have to go that route here on speed zone. So I'm honestly glad she kind of went back to that. I gotta keep up with traditions around here. Down to the lanes right now, Austin Ziegler in the 9 machine as well. He's currently just in a bit of a drought and a bit of a pickle here. He's currently just trying to hopefully keep that Dodge 9 machine in play at least and try to see what he can do to get some positions here. So far has not quite gotten the luck or the positions he wants. But he is still hard at work and hard on the drive right now. Down to the lanes right now here with only 6, about to turn to 5 laps to go. Again, everyone at some point is going to have to go back into pit road and finish their pit cycles out because they're not going to have enough fuel to finish this race up. I guarantee you when those pit stops come and when they happen, it's going to cause a very big, massive dilemma for some of these guys and gals because they're going to be trying to find the right lane, the right position to get in there for pit road. And now Shriver and Vogt here, they are your top 2 drivers. And at this point, unless something crazy happens, ooh, little trouble there for Austin Ziegler there as he slips it on by. Shriver is in pit road. He will now blink first. Will Vogt have enough time here to get back in? He is running on fumes right now. Just straight fuel. He's only changed the tires out once in this race, and he's back on the gas pedal. He's back in it. Trying to hurry out there and trying to hurry before he runs into any dilemmas right now. Vogt is your leader. Aaron Vogt at the moment. And that number 2 looking to try and get a win back on the show here. Has not been to victory lane in a while. And he is fighting and scratching and clawing to do whatever he can here. Vogt right now, I don't know if he's going to try and see if he can maybe make the tires last, the fuel last out longer than he probably should in this case, or maybe he thinks he can get it to, but he's definitely going to try and see what he can do and kind of figure out the momentum here because at the moment, this is definitely a massive collusion of issues that they are currently facing up against, and they know it too. Aaron Vogt right now, again, we're going to watch very carefully with him there in that Timcast 2. Does he have somehow, some way, enough fuel? Did he put more in it? Did he try to do himself a little Junior Johnston or old Smokey Unic out there? If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, look it up, folks, because he drives that thing way wide on the right side there. I'm pretty sure that's not technically where you're supposed to go. I think you go a little too farther out there, you're going to get yourself into a penalty point, but that doesn't seem to affect him, and it doesn't seem to be messing with him too much. No one is giving an inch. No one wants to lose this one out. They just want to try to get this one finished up. Thompson doing everything he can to stay ahead there of Aaron Ziegler and Andrew Ziegler here. Pottle throwing a lap back down there. Sounds like she might be having some issues there with the incident report. Too many incidences, maybe getting her a little bit too much trouble as she's still trying to hold on here for what she can. That's Sim Racing for you, SimLab 05 butt kicker machine. doing everything they can. Rest of the field here just in a bit of a heap in a dogfight. Vogt just trying to stay away from that 14. I guarantee you I guarantee you the two is really just thinking and back of his head and thinking not nonsensically. Can he just stay one step ahead of transition, stay one step ahead of this finish? That is remaining to be seen. Driver doing whatever he can. He's really telling his crew chief down there as well. Man, get me the chance he gets into pit road. Give me the details. Give me everything. I don't want anything missed. Let me have it. He's doing everything he can, just waiting patiently, but he is still crawling that thing around like it is no tomorrow. Says quick time just on that last lap there. It was a 1:31:49. Orkin right now moving back into the chains here. Here comes the number 4. He's looking for a pass on that 05. They've got Austin Ziegler right in front of them, though, as they're currently driving it way down around the track and down through the lanes. And Vogt finally has gone to pit road as well. We just missed it just a second ago. He went in for just enough fuel, and now he's trying to hurry out. He's in back to the track, but he's now in a bad spot here. There's Morgan way all over the place there as well. He is slipping and sliding off from turn number 1 down through turn 3. Every driver for themselves right now. No one is safe in this one. Oh! Trouble, and now Ziegler right into the mix there with the 05, and more trouble. A black flag issued on the 05 for incident penalty points. As now Morgan and Vogt now trying to get one step ahead there of the other nine. Oh, we get to the 2 there, Vogt, and Vogt goes around, and so does the 05. Oh man, oh man, oh man, that was a nasty little collision, and Vogt, your second place driver now, just completely lost any chance or hope. If he wants to get that 14, he's going to have to hope for a huge break from the dead man. I don't know if he's going to get it from him. Austin still slinging around. You saw him just a second ago. He lost it back off the set of turns there as well. 2 laps now remain. Green flag high in the air. He has not gotten a victory since Martinsville. He had a great showing there at Eldora last time out. Felt he was owed the win and felt he deserved it, but didn't quite get enough time to get to victory lane. Now, with 2 laps to go, can he get some redemption and can he finish this one out? This is a huge chapter for him. Has not had a road course win in a very long time, he says. He's looking to finish that story off here now with another win. 2 laps left to go here. Vogt literally gotta be hitting that steering wheel, just realizing he had a good truck and good speed and power. Now just got completely dipped on around and in a bad spot as chaos ensued in the worst possible position. Thompson as well, trying to see if he can get up there to Vogt, but it doesn't seem like he might have a chance to get a shot here. We're going to just focus this last bit on the 14, as he is now going to have one more lap to go once he gets to that finish line here, and that will finish this race out one way or another on the next flag. He might be adding another win into the Truck Series collection here on iRacing. Crazy to think, he said as well, that when I got on this thing and when I started running this stuff, he literally hadn't got a single win at a super speedway or a plate track until he got into this machine and finally ended his long-running curse as the white flag finally abrues and flies. He got it at Daytona International Speedway in this machine. Hasn't changed much since they have put these things out on the track and into the service, and right now opportunities found their way in. Opportunities have now scratched their run to the end here. Right down through the alleys and down through the chicanes here again now, having to go through the tunnel turn up to the big corkscrew. The dead man riding high again. Last time his win was dedicated to that 84 Forever Hofford in the back. This time I think he's going to get this one wrapped up in another way and send this one on down to another trip to victory lane as long as he keeps nailing down his turns. Maybe if anything, this is just a little bit of redemption from last time out. Maybe a little bit of a way to say to some drivers that he wanted to take this one away from them as well and get some sweet redemption off the final corner. He straightens it out, keeps it good. This one's in the books. The number 14, the dead man, Christian Sharp, gonna get this win in Laguna. The bottle saying a good race there from the end of this one. Driver getting the victory. Mullerkin gonna get himself top 5 despite being a lap down. Vogt gonna get himself into second. And now Thompson looking to rally up a third place as they pinpoint their way on around off the final turns. Coming for home off the final leg. And third goes to Thompson. Fourth to Andrew Ziegler. And fifth going to go to Christopher Mullerkin. That is your top 5. But there is your race winner, race fans. It has not been to victory lane since Martinsville. Came close at Homestead. Fought extremely hard at Eldora and was, in our opinion, the fastest truck there. Only to be outdone by a long run from Clayton the Wise. But at the end of the day, sweet redemption or not, doesn't matter. This one is going to be wrapped up in yet another vehicle to add to the collection of wins here at Laguna. And I think this time for some celebrations for the Iowa boy, as he's going to celebrate it down here in the old state of California. The Golden State never shine more bright on someone who doesn't even have light in his eyes anymore. Well, there it is. There's your race runner, race fans. Gotta get a little burnout donuts side here. As well as go ahead and take a look at our finishers here today. Final finishers on the board here. The dead man going to bring it home here in the number 14. Aaron Vogt going to go second in the 2. Third will go to Brent Thompson, the 45. Fourth going to go to Andrew Ziegler in the 12. And the fifth going to be to Christopher Mullerkin in the 4. Rounds out your top 5. Aaron Ziegler, Matthew Courtley, Chantel Throttle Pottle, Doyle Boyd, and Austin Ziegler rounding out top 10 in a very, very tight race from point A to point B. Well, we're getting word right now that the dead man does not want to do a interview. He just wants to do a quick little celebration for his friends and family out there with this here and call her a day. Everybody else right now waiting to see if we will hear anything from Vogt or Thompson here. We have not heard word yet. And I think we may not either. We'll give them just another minute here. What a night. What a terrific night of racing. Excuse me, day of racing here. Down on the trackside here and down on the speedway. What a long, long road this one faced off to be and what it came down to. But at the end of the day, it ends up going to the 14, the dead man, Christian Shriver, going to get the victory. Well, right now, race fans, it looks like that will be all she wrote for us today. Looks like no one else able to come on by and come on down to the show. So with that, we'll give a big thank you again to Workman Outdoors and VB Racing for help sponsoring the show and help sponsoring up on the track here today. Big thank you to all drivers and fans for coming on by here into the race here. We do appreciate you guys and coming on down. If you've enjoyed the show, be sure to like and follow us and subscribe here on the YouTube side and YouTube channel, as well as check out all for Palmetto Racing League. We'll see you guys here very soon. From all of us here, Speed Zone TV, you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. We hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving dinners and meals here in the U.S. Until then, next time, be safe. God bless. Take care, and good night, everybody.